Welcome into KSU Nation, the best K-State and Big 12 podcast out there. I'm Stevie B.
I'm Kenny G, and it's finally power rankings time, Steve. Week 8 power rankings. Can you believe it? We are already here. Dude, I am actually so happy K-State didn't play this week because this week was utter chaos. We've got teams that this was upset city. And Steve, there is now only one team undefeated in the Big 12. This is so crazy. So crazy.
Yeah, only one overall undefeated team. There's another that's undefeated in conference play.
And we'll get into it, Steve, because these are going to be some juicy power rankings for week 8. I'm so excited for all the people coming in to light up this comment section. I mean, you know what's about to happen, Steve. We got some fan bases coming in here to light up the comment section, and they absolutely should, because this last weekend was the Big 12, as Brian Hanley, Big B, always says. The Big 12 was Big 12ing. I mean, it just was.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. There might be an apology coming later in the video. There might be an apology from someone.
Not from me, though, but
Maybe
from somebody.
From somebody. Kenny, is it that time? Should we get into our power rankings? Before we do that, though, I have to say, we do have them in different tiers. Kenny, we have 4 different tiers. We have the bottom 4 being the bad tier.
That's
the
right.
Next 4, 9 through 12, the mid tier. These teams are just mid. They're not bad. They're not good. They're mid.
Yeah.
We have the serviceable tier, which, by the way, if you guys don't like our names, come up with better names. We'll use them next time. And then our top 4 are our good teams. Those are the teams that we consider, Big 12 championship caliber teams.
Yes. And quite frankly, there's like the serviceable and mid tier are like the most interchangeable teams, but there are teams that are slightly on the lower end and slightly on the higher end of those ranges there. Okay.
Yep.
But let's be frank here. Any team in the middle tier can be interchangeable. And just like last week, we had such a positive feedback from the last week's power rankings, because we allowed the community to be involved in the power rankings. And honestly, Steve, I think we should try to do that yet again this week. Let the community be involved in the power rankings. What do you say? A KSU Nation effort, all of us coming together and really making these power rankings not just good, but perfect.
I have a feeling we're not going to have the same list. We almost had the same list one time. Almost had the same list one time.
Almost.
I have a feeling it's not going to happen tonight. Kenny, let's get right into the power rankings, baby. Here we go.
Yes. Let's not waste any time here.
Okay, 16. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but
we got to start at 16.
We got to start at the bottom. We're in the bad tier, the bottom 4, 13 through 16. I think it's pretty obvious who number 16 is, but I'll let you go first.
Okay.
So his list is on the left. Mine is on the right.
That's correct. Well, if we're going to start at 16, look, we're going to put KU at number 16. Look, guys, this is K-State versus KU week. All right.
Plan accordingly. KU hate week.
This is KU hate week. They are at the bottom. They should be at number 17, honestly. Okay. This is how it is with the K-State rivalry against KU. The Sunflower Showdown, KU belongs right there in the bottom of the barrel for me. So that's where they're going to go.
I don't hate that. I really, 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 really want to put them at 16 or 17. But there's a team that I think is just awful. I mean, awful. And shout out to their fans for still showing up and, going shirtless and waving their shirts and having like a whole section of like people dressed as bananas. With Halloween coming up soon. We're going to have Oklahoma State University. They just continue to get beat down every single week, and yet their fans still show up. I mean, they were in that game for 2 quarters, just like they were, against Baylor, just like they were for a couple quarters against Houston as well. But they're just not a good team, Kenny. And bad teams find ways to lose. And Oklahoma State has only beaten one team all year, an FCS team, Kenny. They have to be number 16. I want to put KU 16.
No, see, I'm putting KU at 16 for the sole reason that it's KU hate week. It's K-State versus KU. You got to do it. It's rivalry week, man. But you know what? Like, I agree with what you're saying with Oklahoma State. Objectively, they are the worst team. It's no question about it. But KU's got to go down here just because of the memes. But I agree with a lot of what's going on in the comment section, Steve. They're really shouting out the fans of Oklahoma State, and you have to. I mean, these fans, despite having this horrible season, they are still packing out. I wouldn't say packing out, but they're showing up, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That just goes to show you the passion of this town in Stillwater. You know, you kind of at this point you understand what it is. Okay, you got to throw away this year, but it is kind of crazy that Oklahoma State probably, I don't know if this is the first time ever in program history, but they're going to go 0-18 in conference play, which is really crazy.
Oh, you mean the last 2 years? You mean 0-9 last year and then 0-9 this year?
Yes, in the last 2 seasons being 0 and not winning a single conference game, that has got to be a record. That's got to be a record. But anyway, look, I'm going to jump the gun here. I'm going to go 15-14. It's going to be Oklahoma State University and West Virginia. I think you cannot put any team lower than those two unless you're KU, and it's a KU hate week for me. But objectively, those are the two worst teams outside of this rivalry week.
I'm trying to look up how many fans they had at the game real quick, just because I thought it was pretty impressive, their crowd. 46,901 is actually crazy impressive for a team that's 1-6. That's pretty freaking impressive.
And doesn't look like they have any chance of winning any game in the future, honestly. No. So it's really wild. And honestly, guys, for those who are, questioning KU down at the bottom, look, we got some BYU fans in here. Look, you just had the Holy War game. You guys know what it's like to have a rivalry week, okay? Yeah. KU's at the bottom because this is a KSU nation, KSU, K-State University, okay? KU's going to be at the bottom every time this week, okay?
I thought it was Kenny Steve United, but maybe it's something different. Maybe it's something different. See what we did there, guys? All right, okay. Coming in at 15 for me. I mean, it has to be West Virginia, like you said, dude. I mean, they got beat down 45-13 at UCF. And I mean, I'm going to jump the gun here. I have UCF at 14. I don't think they're very good at all, but yet somehow, some way they beat the crap out of West Virginia. That tells you how bad Oklahoma State and West Virginia is when a team that we have 14th beat them by 30 points. 30 freaking points. West Virginia still has a long way to go with their new coach. They look good for 1 week against Pitt. They really did against them for 1 week. But outside of that, they've looked pretty awful this season, man. They lost at Ohio. They're getting blown out almost every single week in the Big 12. Yikes. It's been a rough couple of seasons for Mountaineer fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rebuild year, okay? You have to kind of just take it with a grain of salt. Their big win was against Pitt. And that's something that their fan base can at least have for the rest of the year because they know what time it is. They know that it's not a year to really, try to be hype about it. It's going to be a rebuild year. And look, you lost Jaheim White right at the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. You know how Rich Rod loves to play the game of football. I mean, he loves to run the ball, and you lose your best running back. I mean, it's just going to be one of those years, okay? West Virginia, I don't think you should worry. I think you just need to take this season for what it is. Get in line with Oklahoma State University. Just get ready for next season. Get ready for the portal because you never know what might happen. In the portal, anything could happen. So that's what we have right now. And I agree with you putting UCF there. Look, they just beat West Virginia, but they're able to beat the two worst teams in the conference. And you know what? They are a fighter. They're a team that has a little bit of fight to them. So I like putting them. I'm going to put them at 13 for me, Steve. UCF, that is. But other than that, I can't really see them going any higher than that just because, you know what I mean? they haven't beaten anybody that's worthy of being a good team. So yeah, that's where I'm at with them right now.
I've waited long enough, Kenny. I have to put KU at 13. We are in the bottom four, the bad tier here. I actually don't think they're that terrible. In fact, I messaged you yesterday. I think 5 through 13 can be pretty interchangeable. But KU hate week. I don't think their defense is very good. They barely won at UCF. It took a goal line stand to win there, and we have them at 14. I'm excited to hopefully make it 17 straight, and we'll have our whole K-State KU breakdown later in the week. But I cannot put the Kansas Jayhawks any higher than 13 when K-State is playing them this week. I am a fan of the quarterback. I think he's pretty good. Somehow, I guess he's not made out of glass. He's made it through the whole season last year and through 6 games this year. But I'm excited to see K-State hopefully make it 17 straight versus KU.
The Jalen Daniels lore, when we all thought he was made of glass.
Right?
Turns out he is not. So I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun. Number 12, I'm putting BYU here. I'm just kidding. I cannot put BYU here. Go ahead.
The mid tier. We're on the mid tier here.
Give me Colorado. Give me Colorado for number 12. It's they have a hard. They did win. What was they didn't play this.
They had a bye week this past week, but they won at home the previous week against Iowa State.
Against Iowa State, that's correct. Yes. Yeah. So Colorado, they play well at home, and they're in previous games. I mean, look, they were up against BYU, then they threw that away. They were up against TCU, they threw that away. So it seems like they come out a guns a-blazing, but then they just kind of let off the gas pedal, or maybe they can't handle 4 quarters of football against good teams, So either way, that was kind of worrisome. And Iowa State is a very, very beat up team right now.
They are.
I mean, they are not even close to the same team that they were at the beginning of the year. I mean, it's looking bad. It's looking bad in Ames right now. And so it's kind of like, how valuable do you put that Colorado win in? And again, guys, remember what I said. At this point going forward from 12 on, it's subject to change. We're going to have the community put a lot of effort. So if you guys want to bump Colorado up, remember what we did last time. We moved them up to number 8. Well, I don't know if that win against Iowa State is really that valuable now looking at it with more objective eyes. But hey, we moved them from 12 to 8. We can do it again. So let's see.
I also have Colorado at number 12. They've had a couple opportunities to win more games. I mean, you think about the BYU game. You think about the Georgia Tech game. You think about a couple other games. Like, they're right there. Like, they have the talent. Caden Salter finally showed up and showed out. Marion Miller, huge touchdown. They've been in a lot of games similar to K-State. They just haven't found ways to finish, but they did against Iowa State. And I think Iowa State's a pretty darn good football team. They are beat up right now. But I cannot put them any higher than 12 based off of the whole season. If we're going off of just like 1 or 2 weeks, maybe I'd have them higher. But as of right now, I cannot put them any higher than 12 based off of the first 6, 7, 8 weeks of the season, Kenny.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with what you said there. So here's where it gets a little messy. Okay. Yep. We had some back and forth between you and I about where these next teams go. I feel like conference play right now is what matters. Okay. What you did in the non-con doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, so what have you done for me lately is what you're saying.
Yes. What have you done for me lately?
Okay.
So with that being said, you got to put Arizona here.
Okay.
At number 11. They've only won 1 game in conference play, and that was against who? Oklahoma State University. Well, who cares about that? Everybody's beating Oklahoma State University. Even the freaking high school team down the road can beat Oklahoma State University. So Arizona beating Oklahoma State, not really that impressive to me. And now, do I think that they played BYU close? Yes. But do I think BYU was overlooking them to get to Utah?
Maybe.
Yes.
Probably.
And also, everybody has those sneaky games, Steve. Everybody has a game that looks, and Arizona was that game against BYU the week prior. So I don't want to overhype that overtime win. It's not, I just don't think it was that valuable of a loss. Although they did play BYU close. I will say that you can't take anything away from that. And yes, they did beat K-State, but K-State was not the same team that they are right now, not even close to the same team that they are right now. They don't even scheme the same way. They look totally different, defense and offensively. So, and they haven't made any special teams mistakes. So I got to put Arizona here because, again, what have you done for me lately? Conference play is totally in motion right now, and teams that are above them just look better right now, in my opinion.
I wouldn't argue that. I would still say that results matter. The whole season matters, and here's why I'm going to put K-State number 11 because of everything I just said. The whole season does matter. Obviously, what matters lately obviously matters a lot as well. I mean, I do think if K-State played Arizona right now, K-State might win the game. They might win the game. I don't know if they would. I mean, they had a chance to win at Baylor. They didn't. They had a chance to win at Arizona multiple times, and they didn't. They had chances to win against Army and Iowa State and didn't either. K-State's had so many opportunities to win games. I think they're closer to Colorado than I think they are to Arizona. Now, having said that, I don't think Arizona is very good either. I don't have them that much higher than K-State. I just think since they beat K-State as of right now, and we're gonna get even like every week, it's gonna be more of a jumbled mess. Oh, you beat this team, but you lost to this team. But then this team beat this team and lost to this team. So overall, it will get kind of jumbled. K-State did lose to Arizona. It was a non-conference game. I do think K-State would probably maybe beat Arizona now, but we can't take away that loss for K-State. You just cannot. K-State is playing better on offense. I still have a ton of question marks about K-State's defense. They can't get off the field in the fourth quarter against any team whatsoever, especially teams of great quarterbacks like Josh Hoover and Asari Robertson, who both torched K-State in the fourth quarter. I can't put them any higher than 11, man. I would love to put K-State number 1 because they're preseason number 1, but as of right now, I cannot put them any higher than 11.
Right. Well, let me jump the gun here. Okay. 10, 9, and 8. Oh. We have a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors here between K-State, Baylor, and TCU. K-State barely loses to Baylor. Baylor loses to TCU, and TCU loses to K-State. So we got a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors here.
Okay.
Now, I would say that K-State absolutely destroyed TCU. Wasn't even close. So I'm going to put K-State in the middle because they should have won against Baylor. They should have beaten Baylor. But Baylor almost comes back and beats TCU. Now TCU's has a serious problem with turnovers, okay? But because they just beat Baylor and K-State barely lost to Baylor, I'm going to put Baylor at number 10 and I'm going to put TCU at number 8, even though K-State just beat TCU last weekend. Not this last weekend, but the week before. I'm just saying that in terms of right now.
This is wild to watch, dude. This is wild to look
at. Look, you just said, but literally, the rock, paper, scissors match just happened last week and this week. So it's kind of like, that's what we have right here. And I think because K-State should have beaten Baylor and then they blew the doors off of TCU and TCU blew the doors off of Baylor, it's like Baylor's defense just doesn't have any redeeming qualities, whereas K-State does have redeeming qualities on defense. I know you just went on a tangent about how their defense can't get it off the field on fourth down. However,
in the fourth
they
quarter
were able
or fourth down,
fourth quarter. But K-State is able to have the turnover margin completely in their favor. They've had interceptions, fumble recoveries. I mean, you had the defensive player of the week last weekend by K-State's middle linebacker. Des Purnell, defensive player. He had 2 interceptions plus a pick 6 and a sack. And I think there was he even had tons of tackles on top of that. So it's like K-State's defense is figuring it out. And they went against Baylor and TCU back-to-back weeks and should have beaten Baylor, barely lost at the end. I mean, it was really the coaching. I feel like the coaching decisions really screwed over K-State there. And
I agree. I agree with that.
So I think in terms of it's hard to put rock, paper, scissors teams together. It really is, because we have another set of teams that rock, paper, scissored each other.
Oh yeah, the top 5 is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we have Arizona State, Utah, and Texas Tech that rock, paper, scissored each other. So we have this bottom of the mid tier, and then we've got the top tier that rock, paper, scissored each other. So, but it's hard for me to I think K-State is on the incline. I think they're on the incline here, whereas Baylor is kind of on the decline, coming out of a bye week.
Yep. I wish K-State had the last 10 minutes of the game back, but you can't. The results matter. They do matter. Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. At number 10, I am going to go Baylor. I don't think here's the thing. I think 10 is actually a good spot for Baylor. I believe in their offense. I believe in Sari Robertson. I believe in their running game. I don't believe in their defense at all. In fact, they were really lucky to beat K-State. In fact, they were really lucky to beat SMU as well. They are not a great team. They did come back from 3 touchdowns down against TCU to make it a game. I think 10 is the right spot for them. I think 10 is the right spot. I don't know if they're going to finish any higher than in the 8 to 10 range, honestly. I think K-State can finish higher than that, despite their terrible non-con. Thankfully, the non-con does not matter in terms of conference play. Moving on to number 9. I don't know if this team is actually the 9th best team. In fact, I would venture to guess they'll finish in the bottom 6 more than likely than the top 9. I'm going to have Arizona here simply because they beat K-State. I think their defense is pretty solid. I don't think it's great. I think it's solid. They kept BYU at bay. They could have won that game. They didn't. They did get blown out against Iowa State. They barely lost to Houston this past weekend. I think they're a solid team. I don't think they're a great team. We have them in the mid tier here. Like I said, I think it's a better possibility they finish in the bottom, 6 and in the top, 10. Moving on to number 8. Who did I have here? Oh, I have Houston. I think Houston's pretty good. They barely beat Arizona. So I have to have them above Arizona. Transitive property, which it's going to be a jumbled mess here every single week going forward. I think they're a good team, not a great team. I still have a ton of question marks about their offense, specifically the passing game. But I think their defense is good enough to keep them in a ton of games. And I think I really, really, really like Willie Fritz as a head coach. I really do. I have them number 8. I think they could finish somewhere in the top 5 or 6 as well. I don't think they're good enough yet to compete for a Big 12 championship, but I think right now they're right on schedule for where they should be at in the second year under Willie Fritz.
Wow, Steve, it looks like you're putting TCU so far above K-State right now. It's like you just think that was a fluke game or something, but that
I kind of do. I kind of do feel like it was kind of fluky, considering the fact that K-State had 2 defensive scores in that game, and Josh Hoover had 3 turnovers by himself. TCU had more overall yards than K-State. I do think K-State might be the better team. I just think TCU had a really, really, really bad day. So I do have to put them several spots ahead of K-State. If we're just looking at the whole season, I know that I'm kind of looking at overall versus you just the past couple of weeks, but I have to have TCU in the top 7, which, by the way, right now we are in the, what tier is this? In the serviceable tier, 5 through 8. We're in a serviceable tier. Not quite in a championship good tier, but really close. Who do you have at number 7, Kenny?
I'm going to put not Arizona State, Iowa State. I'm going to put Iowa State here. Look, they are getting battered and bruised. And again, I am valuing conference play right now because that's what matters. Non-conference games don't matter. You can lose all your non-conference games and then go undefeated in conference play and you're in the playoff. Or at least you're in the conference title game and you might actually be in the playoff. Who knows? Just based on whatever they call it. I can't even think of it right now. But the fact of the matter is Well, no, I'm not saying like a bid, like an outside bid or whatever, like they call it.
Okay.
I can't think of the name of it. But Iowa State is looking battered and bruised. Okay. They are not the same team right now that they were at the beginning of the year. Yes, look at this. Look, Roy Wall coming in with the comment of the week right now. Iowa State is a walking injury report, and it's true. They are.
Absolutely.
They really are. It sucks. It sucks for them. That like a lot of like it's not just them. A lot of teams are getting bit by the injury bug. That's across all teams across the entire nation, like in other conferences as well. You know, it's tough to stay healthy in college football right now, but it is what it is. No excuses. Next man up. That's how it rolls. But when you're a team that relies heavily on your star players like Iowa State does, I mean, you kind of see the effects of that. You know, Rocco Beck doesn't look that great right now. I mean, he's also getting a lot of bumps and bruises. So, and they've got 2 conference losses already. You know, Houston only's got 1. They only got 1 conference loss. So I can't put them below Iowa State. That's how I'm viewing it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna put Houston at number 6. That'll be my 6-7. That'll be my 6-7.
Anything else you want to say about?
I don't even know what that means, honestly. But
anything else you want to say about Houston before I go to my 6 and 7?
Here's 6-7. Houston is
they're solid.
They're solid team. They're getting the job done. They're just playing the team that's on their schedule. Okay. You could say, oh, well, their schedule hasn't really been that hard to deal with. It's like, well, they just play who's ever on their schedule. And
shout out to the AD for giving them a good schedule, unlike Gene Taylor. But
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that same thing applies to BYU. I mean, the athletic director was able to give a really good, and we'll talk about that later, but I'm just saying Houston, they're looking good against the players that they have on their schedule. And as of right now, I cannot put them any lower than 6 because they look solid doing what they're doing. So yeah, that's where I got them.
I love it. Okay. So I'm going to have, where is it? I'm going to have Iowa State at 7 as well. I'm going to have Iowa State number 7 as well. I think they're a good team, not a great team. I think Gene Taylor giving up a home game to play in Ireland to start the season is really starting to look pretty stupid, honestly, considering how bad Iowa State looks right now. If K-State played Iowa State right now, which by the way, it was a home game for K-State, if they play them right now, K-State would 100% win that game. 100% win that game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have them above Houston simply because I think Rocco Becht is a gamer. I like him as a quarterback. I like their coach. I like their defense. They are battered and bruised. They're a walk injury report, like Roy Wall said. I think there's a better chance that they finish in the top 5 than the next 5. You know what I mean? I think they're a good team. They have some chances coming up, man. If you look at their schedule, I mean, they got Arizona State coming in. I think they got BYU coming in. They have some pretty big games left in their schedule that could either vault them to the top 5, championship caliber team, or move them down quite a bit. We will see which Iowa State team shows up. But from what I've seen so far, what I know about their quarterback and head coach, I have to have him number 7. Number 6, Kenny, I don't know how people are going to react to this. I do not know how people are going to react to this. I got Utah number 6.
Dude, your list is unhinged. Your list is unhinged. This makes no sense to me. This makes no sense. You have TCU in the top 5. This makes no sense to me.
Okay.
They got 2 conference losses. Okay. All right. Let's hear it, Steve.
I don't think TCU has 2 conference losses.
They do. They were 1-2 going into the Baylor game.
Who do they lose? Okay, that's right. They lost to K-State and Arizona State. Okay. But Utah also has 2 conference losses.
Yes, and they do, Steve.
I did pick them to win the game. They got blown out at home. They got blown out at home by Texas Tech. They had every opportunity to win that game at BYU, which I'm here to say I picked Utah to win. I thought they'd win. I thought they played better on offense through most of the game. I think their coaches held them back in that game, going for the amount of fourth downs that they kept going for and kept not getting. Had they kicked all those field goals instead of going for it, I don't know what happens when they lost by 3, dude. I think Devin Dampier is a pretty good quarterback. I have him at number 6 purely based off of how they played against Texas Tech and how their coaching staff lost them their rivalry game, which, by the way, was really cool to watch that game. I watched the entire game this year, red on blue. It was awesome. That was an awesome environment. It was loud the entire game. It was a lot of fun to watch. I think Utah, I keep saying Houston. I don't know why, because they're both red, maybe. I think Utah could finish still in the top 3 or 4. But as of right now, when you already have 2 conference losses, you keep losing to other teams that I would consider to be championship caliber teams. You keep losing to them. I don't know how I could put you in the top 5 right now. I just can't. I think Whittingham is a good coach. Feel like he's kind of lost his sauce lately, man. Going for it on 4th down. I don't know how many times, 5, 6, 7 times it felt like. And every time he kept not getting it because some guy named Jack Kelly kept running him down. I don't know, man. I don't know. Which, by the way, Utah got away with a ton of penalties. They kept not calling them. Like, they were grabbing Chase Roberts, Parker Kingston all game. Not calling anything, dude. Not calling anything.
I see what's going on here.
I think they're good. I think they're a good team. I don't think they're a great team anymore after what I've seen, man. Whittingham, get out, bro. Get out.
I see what's going on here, Steve. I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
You're trying to redeem yourself from that horrible score pick that you did last week. I see what's going on here, Steve.
There may be an apology coming up.
You're not fooling anybody here, Steve. I know exactly why you're there's no explanation to put TCU above Utah. And you know what?
And that kick didn't even count, by the way.
That's amazing. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to leave Utah alone. And I'm going to come right back to them at number 5. So
you gave me such crap for that. You only have them 1 spot higher. Come on.
I think it's blasphemy to put TCU this high in the list. I mean, because if you put them any higher than 5, I'm going to flip this table. It's literally bolted to the wall, and I will flip this table.
I've seen that room. I've seen that room.
Yeah. So here's the deal: Utah, Arizona State, and Texas Tech rock, paper, scissored each other. Okay. They all played each other and they all rock, paper, scissored each other. Okay. Arizona State beat Texas Tech. Texas Tech beat Utah. Utah beat Arizona State. And all the games were dominant in the wins over the other team. They were all dominant. Now, Texas Tech did come back and make it interesting, but let's look.
That was a fun game to watch.
Arizona State dominated them for freaking 3.5 quarters of that game. But Utah is at number 5 because Utah is one freaking dimensional. That's it. Their offense is one freaking dimensional.
Are you trying to say they can't pass the ball?
Yes, I'm saying that they can't pass the ball. Dampier.
Okay, I agree.
Yes. That's it. That's all I got to say. You can't be in the top 4 if you're only one dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which I'm trying to get you to pick TCU here because they're also one dimensional, but the other way, Steve. They're one dimensional in the other way, right? So you're gonna put TCU at number 5, right?
Coming in at number 5, we have BYU. Just kidding. No, I do have TCU number 5. I do have the number 5.
Good God, they are way too high. Holy smokes.
I agree with that. But I do think Hoover is pretty good. They dominated Arizona State for almost the entirety of that game. Outside of the last 3 minutes of that game, they dominated. They dominated for 57 minutes against Arizona State. Okay. Against K-State, they had 3 turnovers, which 2 of them went directly for scores. I think they're a good team. Do I think that Josh Hoover, panics if his first option isn't open? Yes. Do I think their defense has a tough time stopping other teams? Yes. Do I think Sonny Dykes is not a very good coach? Yes. But I do think from what I've seen this season overall, from beginning till now, I think they're better than Utah. I think they're better than Iowa State, and I think they're better than Houston and Baylor. Most teams, I would say most teams, not all. Obviously, K-State beat them. K-State got up there and they beat them. But I do have TCU number 5.
Dude, the fact that you have them above Utah is so wild to me. I mean, look, do they even play each other? I don't even know if they play each other. But I'll just say this, man. Utah is this low because one, they got physically dominated in the BYU game. We got some comments over here. I don't know if you want to take a look.
Which one do you want to click? Which one do you want to click on?
Oh, they said that they're trying to appeal to all the BYU fans. I mean, we don't have to really appeal to BYU or anybody for that matter. It's just that BYU is the best team in the conference. They're undefeated. How can you not appeal to them? They're the only undefeated team in the conference.
They were at worst the second best team in the Big 12 a year ago.
So and let's be honest. We did talk about the Utah, Arizona State, and Texas Tech rock, paper, scissoring each other. Utah played in Arizona State that didn't have Sam Leavitt. Now, I don't think that it was true. I don't think, again, I said this last time. I said Arizona State is not the same team without their captain of the ship. And you saw it plain as day. Everyone in the entire nation saw it. They won. They beat Texas Tech. I mean, that's how good Sam Leavitt is. That's how important he is to that organization and that program. He is like Patrick Mahomes.
I want to know why a James Franklin fan is in here. Why is 3-3 Penn State in here, dude? Is what I want to know. Are you disguising yourself? Are you really an Iowa State fan? I don't know.
James Franklin isn't even in Penn State anymore.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, moving on. The top 4, Kenny. The championship caliber teams. We'll do 2 through 4 because I feel like those might be interchangeable. I think it's pretty obvious who number 1 is, and we'll reveal that at the end. But who's your number 4?
It's got to be Cincinnati, right? Cincinnati, number 4. They've had a very light schedule. Don't want to take anything away from the Iowa State win. Okay, that Iowa State win was good. But again, we've talked about this. And look, there was another comment up on the comments there. You'll have to sift through it. But they said that Iowa State should be higher. No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. They're solid. And look, the preseason odds had them at number 7. We have them right where they were predicted to be, given the fact that they've dealt with a ton of injuries, and they don't look anything like the same team that they were. Cincinnati beats them. They're ranked now, finally. They were ranked last week. They look good, man. What do you want me to say? They look good. They're solid. Now, do I think that they're going to get to the Big 12 championship game? I don't know. Maybe. Cincinnati is doing a lot of proving people wrong this year. And, Scott Satterfield, I'll say this right now. He's off the hot seat.
I agree.
I look, I'm not a Scott Satterfield guy. I just really don't like the guy. I mean, for no other reason other than I just don't like his coaching style, or I just don't like how he builds teams. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, Steve. I'm sure I would enjoy having dinner with him and his family, but he's proven me wrong. He's got a great formula going, and it's working this year. And I'm still a little bent out of shape with that Nebraska loss. Cincinnati, what the hell are you doing?
Can I tell you something about that, by the way?
Well,
I don't want to cut into your time. So say whatever else you need to say, and then I'll call you.
Cincinnati, you should have won that Nebraska game. It breaks my heart, but either way, you guys are looking good. What are you, 6-1 now, or is it 5-1? 6-1.
Cincinnati Bearcats.
They played last night.
6-1.
6-1. With their only loss,
4-0 in the Big 12.
To Nebraska. They're undefeated in the Big 12. Now, they haven't played anybody crazy in the Big 12 yet.
No, but it's about to get wild for them. I'll tell you that.
All right, Steve, take it over. I'm going to read these comments on the side. I'll still take Texas Tech over Cincinnati on a neutral field. Well, okay, sure.
Okay, so I also have Cincinnati, number 4. I think they're a good team. Not a great team. What happened here? What happened there?
What is that?
I don't know. Some sort of link to a Google something. Anyways, I have Cincinnati number 4 as well. Brendan Sorsby, quarterback. You want to hear these numbers, Kenny? 1,700 passing yards, 17 touchdowns. Guess how many interceptions he has?
In one game?
No, overall, 2025.
How many touchdowns does he have?
No, interceptions. He has 17
Interceptions.
touchdowns.
Oh,
How many
well,
interceptions?
we know he at least has one because that's what lost him the game against Nebraska. Give me 2.
One. That is his only interception on the entire season.
Oh my God.
He is playing phenomenal. You and I both had him in like the 6 through 9 range and quarterbacks in the Big 12. I mean, I think he's playing at a top 3 or 4 level right now. I mean, I think you got Hoover, Robertson, Levitt, and then him. I mean, he's got to be up there when you only have one.
Baron Morton, when he's healthy.
That dude's made out of glass. That dude is made out of glass, bro. He gets hurt every single season, man. They're coming off of a 49-17 win at Oklahoma State, but I'll tell you what, the road.
I love Rocco Beck too.
I like Rocco Beck as well. He's a gamer.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is one of 2 undefeated teams in the Big 12. Now they're 6-1 overall, but they're tied of BYU at 4-0. The road is about to get tougher though, Kenny. You want to hear the rest of their schedule?
It's a gauntlet. I can already tell, but let's hear it.
Baylor at home, at Utah, Arizona at home, BYU at home, at TCU to end the season. Their next 5 games are.
That's not that bad.
You don't think
That's
so?
Not that bad. No. At Utah is going to be tough. They've got a lot of home games.
They have 3 top 5 teams according to my list.
Yeah, your list is blasphemy. It's a little unhinged, but I can look. You just literally were talking up their quarterback play. You said Baylor at home.
Baylor at home.
They win that game.
At Utah.
They probably lose. It'll be a close game, but I think they'll lose that game.
Arizona at home.
They'll win that game.
BYU at home.
That'll be a great game. I don't know who will win, but that'll be a great game because BYU plays a little shaky on the road, and they're going a freaking distance here. They're going all the way to freaking Ohio. So,
yeah. And then at TCU.
That'll be a shootout game. I like it though. But I like Cincinnati in that.
I like it. They're going to prove to us whether or not they belong in Arlington.
Dude, I see them maybe losing 2 games tops out of that list.
So you think they're going to go 7-2, 9-3 overall?
7-2.
I would love it. Because that gives K-State a chance, baby.
Yeah, the 7-2. There's going to be like 7 teams at 7-2.
I don't know about 7 teams, but there might be 4 or 5 or 6.
There's going to be a lot.
Okay, Kenny. Top 3. Who's your number 3?
I'm going to go Texas Tech. You got to. They just lost to my number 2 team, BYU. No, I'm just kidding. Arizona State. They were the rock in the rock, paper, scissors match, and Texas Tech was the scissors. And they got pretty manhandled down there in Tempe, Steve. It was fun to watch. I love that Sam Levitt came back. You see how important he is to the program. You see how much he means to the team when he's out there. The fans were going crazy. They rushed the field. We had a lot of field rushes this last weekend, Steve. It was pretty awesome. Man, Texas Tech ranked number 7. It's a heartbreaker for them.
I think the new rankings came out today. Do you want to hear where they're at?
Did they lose? They're knocked out of the top 10. I guarantee it.
They're number 14. BYU is the top Big 12 team at number 11, which, by the way, that's total bullcrap.
How does that work?
Okay, so in the top 10, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 Big 10 teams. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SEC teams and 2 ACC.
They kept Miami in. Are you kidding me?
Miami is number 9. Georgia Tech is number 7.
Give me a break. They lost to Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even that good.
Digits, I believe, right?
God, dude, like so stupid.
No, they lost by 3. Okay.
I hate the AP poll. It is a joke. Yeah, it was 24-21.
Yeah.
Okay, Texas Tech. Were their fan like did their
BYU
team?
is in the top 10 in terms of coaches poll, by the way. They are ahead of Vanderbilt.
Amazing that they won too. I cannot believe Vandy won. That's amazing.
Shout out to former student of mine that's on Vandy who's killing it right now. He's the only reason I root for Vandy.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's
Texas Tech, what a debacle after the KU game. I mean, there's just been a lot of drama around this team with the whole tortilla stuff, the pocket knife, whatever. It's not like it was bad against them. It's just that they're getting penalized for something that's been such a tradition for them. I hate that for them. I'm really upset by the whole thing. Also because it had to come by the hands of KU. Hate that school. So, it is what it is. But Texas Tech, they go down to Tempe, and Arizona State lets them know what time it is. I mean, they went out and just played them physical, dude. You didn't even think that would be possible. The way that Arizona State won the game, it was just so crazy to witness. You're like, Arizona State's defense, man. It was like all about their defense. And that's kind of what like the Holy War was like. It's like people that criticize the Big 12, they're like, oh, the Big 12, they never have any defense. Yeah, right. Let me introduce you to the Arizona State Texas Tech team.
Dude, that was such a fun ending, dude. That last 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes was insane.
I was insane. Dude, yeah, I was in line getting fish and chips out of food truck, I was on the.
Yeah, you were on the phone with me, and I was telling you what was happening play by play as I was watching this.
Yeah, because look, trying to lose weight, trying to lay off the burgers, went with the fried fish and chips. You know what I'm saying? And then went and watched the Holy War game with a buddy of mine, a mutual buddy of ours, Steve.
With a great name. With an absolutely great name.
A great name. He spells it wrong though.
He does spell it weird.
Anyway, Arizona State coming up with a huge win, shocking the world with this win. And Arizona State keeps their Big 12 championship hopes alive and knocking Texas Tech down a peg, making them seem a little bit more vulnerable, Steve, without their star quarterback.
We've been on this
pretty crazy
for a while. Yeah, I agree.
Well, they deserve it, Steve. They deserve it. They look like the best. They look like the best in the Big 12. And look, Texas Tech losing the way that they did, that's big news, man. That's important.
I agree. I also have Texas Tech number 3. I think, and I said this before the game, by the way, they were down. No, they were winning. What was it? 22-19 with like a minute left in the game. Right. And I said, and they had Will Heyman playing quarterback, and I had them winning if Will Heyman played instead of Baron Morton 24-17. So I was really, really, really close. Had they just stopped a 4th down by Arizona State, they would have won the game, stayed undefeated, may have even been in the top 5 of the rankings this week, but they didn't. They let Arizona State come down and scored a game-winning touchdown. Shout out to Sam Levitt. Dude's a dog. Kenny Dillingham, dog. I like him a lot. They may repeat. We'll see. They may repeat. I think they're pretty good, but they're a totally different team without Baron Morton. I mean, Will Heyman cannot throw the ball. He's a run-first quarterback. He kept running the ball on their last drive when they're trying to get big chunks and kept running it. Thankfully, the clock stops on first downs within the 2 minutes. But yeah, I have to have a number 3. Based off what I've seen in conference play, I know they got blown out a week ago in a rainstorm without Sam Levitt. I have Arizona State number 2. How do you have them a couple spots higher than Utah? Well, I just think they're a better team. Because if they play it again, Arizona State might play a lot better. And I think they're not a one-dimensional team like you talked about, man. They're not a one-dimensional team.
No.
They can run it, they can pass it. Their defense is pretty good.
It's like that meme, like Sam Levitt, dog. Jordan Tyson, dog. Kenny Dillingham, dog.
I agree. I freaking agree. I think they're good. Right now, I have them number 2. Texas Tech number 3. I mean, they have some pretty big games left in their schedule too, Kenny. They have some pretty big games left in their schedule too.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun back half of the conference, Big 12 conference play. I mean, it's always fun. This is the best. This is the most fun conference. I mean, anybody that tells you otherwise is just lying to you. So, yeah. With that being said, we've got
Thanks everyone for watching. We're gonna get out of here. No,
yeah. Thank everybody. We appreciate you. Please leave a comment,
like it, subscribe, all of that. Now we have to move on to number one. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Well, I just want to highlight one of these comments. If you just scroll up here, there's a there's a comment. Well, you have to scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit. I think it's like 2 or more above. Keep going up. Keep going up. Keep going up. Right there. Yep, that's the one. Shout out to Kenny G for picking us to win the Holy War. Stevie doesn't know ball. I had BYU beating Utah in the Holy War, and lo and behold, they did win. So I think there's an apology in order here, Steve.
Let me go ahead and fill these in real quick. I guess I don't know ball. I think BYU is really good. I think they're really good. I still have several question marks about Baron Bachmeier. He played pretty good. I think their O-line and D-line kind of dominated this game. LJ Martin, big rush after big rush after big rush. And a lot of their play calls were really fun to watch. Like they faked the screen, looked like they're going to do a screen on the other side, and then went back to the original screen. And it was a thing of beauty. The speed by Parker Kingston is unreal. The kick by Utah was cheeks, according to RG3. I don't know if you saw that or not, or heard that. That onside kick by Utah was cheeks, according to RG3.
Yeah.
But BYU fans, I'm sorry I picked Utah to win the game. I thought they were the better team. I felt like they played good enough to win the game. I felt like their coaches kind of cost them the game. But I'm sorry that I picked them to lose when they won the game. 3 straight over Utah. Amazing atmosphere. Amazing.
12th man advantage, man. It's the 12th man advantage.
So loud on TV, dude. It was so loud. Shout out to our friend of the channel, John Kurtz, for going to the game. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, please do so. He's a great guy. K-State guy. I'm sure you subscribe to him. He's got like 10,000 or 20,000 subscribers. He went to the game. But yeah, I didn't think BYU would win a game, and they did. And I'm sorry to BYU fans for picking them to lose. I think they'd probably like me to keep picking them to lose because when I pick them to lose, they usually keep winning. BYU, outside of their first season in the Big 12, has looked pretty darn good. Even this season without Jake Retzloff, who's doing big things for 6-1 Tulane. Bachmeier's getting better every week. 3rd highest number ever for a quarterback for BYU, which is wild. Apparently there's a number 48 and then someone in the 50s as well at quarterback. That's wild. I think they have 3 really, really, really good positional players, and Chase Roberts, Parker Kingston, LJ Martin. I think their O-line is good. I think their defense is really, really, really good. I think Jack Kelly is the real deal. He'll play on Sundays in NFL, which, can I talk about this for a second? BYU does not play on Sundays. Any sports. If you want to go play in NFL like Puka Nacua, you got to play on Sundays. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they get past that, but somehow they do. But sorry to BYU for picking them to lose. They're the number 1 team in the Big 12 as of right now, post week 8. They keep winning, looking good doing it, getting better every week, especially on offense. I think Kalani Sitake is a great coach. Did not know he coached at Utah. Found that out during the broadcast. That was wild to hear. But yeah, they look good. Now, I will say they kind of have a gauntlet coming up, Kenny. Do you know who they're playing to end the season?
Yeah, they're playing Iowa State. They're playing Texas Tech.
At Iowa State, at Texas Tech, TCU at home, at Cincinnati, and UCF at home to finish it off. The next 4 games are going to show us whether or not what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, man.
The real BYU. We'll see. He only
BYU
had 9 touchdown passes so far, by the way.
BYU delivers in the Holy War yet again. Utah was not able to give BYU a taste of the medicine that BYU gave them last year. BYU handled business at home.
They did.
Given the old Utes belt to ass at Provo. Bear Bachmeier playing like freaking Tim Tebow out there, hurdling dudes, carrying 3 of them on his back as he's stumbling into the end zone. Like, this dude was freaking awesome to watch. I'm like, dude, I love this school, man. I think they're so much fun. The story lines write themselves, Steve.
I agree.
They write themselves. It's like, you don't even have to be a good reporter. You don't have to be a good journalist. You just need to watch the game and literally just tell the people what you saw on the screen, and it literally writes itself. It is incredible. This team is so fun to watch. I don't care. And I don't even think fans obviously want them to keep winning, but this Holy War win, you can't tell me that at the beginning of the year, they lose their starting quarterback with like barely any time to find a new one.
Right.
And you're going to if I would have told you that, and then I told you BYU starts off undefeated for the first like 7 weeks of
7-0. 7-0 through 8 weeks.
I guarantee you not a single person would have said, oh yeah, I agree with that. They would have, especially if I told you that they got the Holy War win, they would have been like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a little out of reach for us, but it happened. And I know right now BYU fans are over the moon. They're carrying the torch for the Big 12. They're carrying the torch as the only undefeated team in this conference.
Mm-hmm.
As Big 12 fanboys that we are, we hope that they take it all the way. I mean,
I agree.
We want this school to be successful, because if they're successful, the Big 12 is successful. And so that's what we want to see. Man, love the fans. The fans are amazing. You guys really showed how it's done. I just wish you had a better freaking stadium design. Honestly, you guys, it is the most ridiculous thing watching the end zone seats be bigger than the sideline seats. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's so bizarre.
It is an odd looking stadium.
It is the most bizarre looking thing I've ever seen in my life, but whatever. You guys are in your own lane. Okay. You're in your own lane. Much respect to you guys. Cougar tails all around for everyone. Keep Bear Bachmeier away from those horrible women. That's all. I saw that comment that said, keep Bear Bachmeier away from all the bad women.
I want to say something about BYU's offensive line. Shout out to their offensive line for accepting the challenge. When you lost your starting quarterback, who, by the way, BYU was a pass-only offense last year. Like, their running game was terrible. This year, they've accepted the challenge. Like, we have a new quarterback coming in. We're going to have to run the ball a lot better this year. LJ Martin has rushed for 100 yards or more 5 out of 7 games. 5 out of 7 games, including 162 at Arizona. Yeah. Yesterday, 122 against their arch rival, Utah.
Yeah.
Their O-line has been spectacular this year. It really has. And their D-line has been spectacular as well. Like, they stopped every 4th down conversion. I'll have to check it just to be sure, against Utah. They were 1 for 5. So they stopped 4 out of 5 4th downs against Utah. They made Utah be 5 for 12 on 3rd down. Their D-line and O-line have really, really, really stepped up this year.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Cue the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Gridiron Gang. Are you ready to accept the Mustang Challenge? Yeah, BYU did. They stepped up and accepted the challenge.
And here's an overall look at our can you see that yet? There we go. At our Big 12 power rankings post week 8. Kenny G on the left, Stevie B on the right. Top 4 is our good. Next 4 serviceable. Next 4 mid. Bottom 4 as our bad teams. Kenny, I think we have a pretty good list. I think I like my list a little bit more than you. But you think my list is kind of crazy. You think my list is kind of crazy.
It is. Look,
you had KU in the top 5 a couple weeks ago. I don't want to hear that. Now you have him at number 16. I don't want to hear anything from you.
There's an obvious reason for putting them at 16.
I know.
There is not any reason whatsoever that you have TCU at 5. Other than you're just trying to troll me, Steve. You're trying to troll me. They just lost to K-State literally a week ago. Okay, that's neither here nor there. Guys, thank you so much for watching this Power Rankings Week 8. We did say that this was going to be a community effort, but I don't think anybody cares as long as BYU's number 1 in this comment section. It's basically
unless you're a Penn State fan, I guess.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, we had a Penn State person come in and give us a little bit of comments here and there. It's mostly been BYU just lighting up the comments. I'm kind of shocked to not see Desert Devil here. Make sure, like, you guys, if you know where he lives, go ahead and just knock on his door, see if he's okay. He might be a little hungover from that huge win against Texas Tech. Who knows?
For real.
But miss that guy. He hasn't been on for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I need to email him, see what's going on.
Yeah, I thought he would be over the moon with that Arizona State win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where is Desert Devil?
No one knows.
Shout out to that guy.
No one knows.
But yes, you guys keep up. Like BYU got to keep up the good work here. Arizona State, they're still keeping their whole. Does Texas Tech now lose more games now? Like, there's blood in the water. There's tape out there that has literally given you the play-by-play to how to beat this team.
I'm calling it right now. K-State beats them in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
You and I are both going to be at the game.
We haven't even beat KU yet. He's already calling this win. This is amazing.
I'm pointing at the fence. I'm saying we're going to hit a home run. We're going to beat Texas Tech in 2 weeks.
He is Babe Ruth in this, dude.
I am.
I want the dream to be alive. I want K-State versus BYU in a big conference championship game. I want that so bad, Steve.
Me too.
I want that so bad.
Me too. I want to get back to Arlington.
I
was there.
I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
By the way, Kenny's got some pipes, by the way. He check him out on YouTube, Spotify, Ken Savvy. He's going to have some new music coming out pretty soon. I'm not even kidding. Like, he's actually a professional singer.
I am a professional singer. That is true. I didn't give you the real delivery there. But, you know, guys, if you aren't subscribed, please do so. It's not that hard. Click the button. Make us happy. We're growing. We're the fastest growing podcast in Big 12 right now that I know of. I don't know of any other ones that are moving quicker than us. Other than that, there's not really much else to say other than Chipotle is still in the works of opening their location on the east side of town. It is actually really frustrating because I'm wanting this location to be open very soon. I am itching to get into that Chipotle.
We need one in every airport in America.
Every airport in America. We have got to sign this petition right now. If I was a multi-billionaire, I would be hosting parties with Chipotle catering. Like, I would just like, hey guys, it's on me tonight. We're gonna have Chipotle. It is what it is. All right. Anyway, I got to go eat dinner. My wife has made dinner. It's actually a surprise. I don't know what it is. She's like, I hope you like it. I'm like, oh my God, I never hate anything you make. So this is exciting for me. I'm going to try something new. Go Big 12 and go Cougars and go Cats.
Go Cats, baby. Beat KU.
Beat KU.